Hello and welcome to the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 30th of March, 2016. Hope you're having a good week. Had a couple winners on Tuesday. Opening range plays worked in the futures again. Things were slow early after a gap down, made our way back to even, and then popped over lunch with Yellen's comments, and that carried us into the end of the day. Volume was weak, although it did print heavy at the close for 1.6 billion NASDAQ shares. We'll take a look at that in a minute. So here's the ES front month futures contract closing at the highs, basically the highs since January 1st at this point in time, I believe. I think it's the highest close of 2016. The green static trend line is approaching. That's going to be the wall to be aware of. Here's a look at the crude oil. Closed at 38.60. Gold was up 21.80. Decent move in gold, bouncing off that red static trend line. So for the session, you have the S&P up 18, which is a decent move there. You have the NDX up 69.65, almost to the highs since January 1st there as well. SOX up 8.93. Nice cup and handle on that with a double bottom. Biotechs have not recovered much. Gain of 45.66 on the session, but look at the way they're using that risk line from the 13 seeker buy signal as support. VIX down 1.42 to 1382. Trend 1.51. We don't like to see a VIX that low, by the way. That doesn't help with market volume. Trend got a high reading, and the 10-day moving average is way up at 1.26. NASDAQ volume at 1.63 billion shares, better than the first day of the week, and actually better than last week, every day last week. But that's not saying much. Last week was the lightest volume week of the year. Hopefully it's a sign of things are getting better, but I will tell you, we'll talk in a minute about what's ahead this week. Advanced decliners, advancers beat decliners on the NASDAQ by 13.92 and on the New York by 18.55. Google closed up $12.61. Apple closed up $2.49. Amazon up 14 bucks. We missed the Amazon call today after having it on the report over 585 the other day. It just seemed like it was too far away, and I forgot to put it back in. It was a nice move if you look at that over 585. Ran really clean from that. That should have been back on the report. I apologize for that. Netflix up $2.92. This was on the report. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action. So again, gap down, kind of faked around back and forth for 30 minutes, popped up a little bit, then went straight sideways for 2 hours. Was really dead until Yellen's comments. Yellen's comments obviously spiking the market through the gap, filling up to the highs of the prior session, above the highs of the prior session. Then we kind of pulled back to retest the highs of the prior session, held that, and then turned up, closed near the highs of the day. NASDAQ volume, or here's the NQs, a little stronger early on. It was already at the highs of the day and above yesterday's highs before the Yellen comments, and didn't really pull back after that either. So, yeah, not a shabby day, surprisingly, but it didn't look good early. And a lot of it just came over lunch on that Yellen pop, and then in the afternoon we had winners in Costco and Baba, but a lot of it was news driven. All right, so what do we have here going forward for the rest of the week? First of all, keep in mind quarter end is Thursday. That's the end of March, so it's month end, quarter end, and the statements get printed. So that's not usually typically good for action. In terms of economic data, on Wednesday, we've got the MBA mortgage index at 7 a.m., ADP employment change at 8:15 a.m. Eastern, and crude oil inventories an hour in. That's not much for data, but Thursday and Friday are jam-packed, so let's just be aware of that. Thursday shouldn't really be exciting. It's the end of the quarter. They usually have the stocks pegged to where they want them, but you never know. Friday, on the other hand, could be an interesting Friday. You've got unemployment rate, ISM index, Michigan sentiment, non-farm payrolls all before the bell. It's the first day of April, so they're free from the statement prints. So Friday could actually be an interesting morning. Love to tell you Wednesday could still squeak it in, but it's hard to say. Thursday, I would typically say not so much, but who knows? Let's just be ready to trade whatever comes at us. Just statistically, we know what to expect. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow night for Thursday, Friday preview.